Hello friend, it's BAWLER again and this is important news for you. Please subscribe to my channel, it's very important. In southeastern Ukraine, nestled on the banks of the Dnieper River, is the city of Zaporizhia, located in the oblast that shares its name. Since September 2022, much of this region has been under Russian occupation, with Moscow illegally annexing the areas it controls. Central to this region is its nuclear power plant, a highly strategic asset. President Vladimir Putin is determined to maintain control of it, while Ukraine is equally determined to reclaim it. To secure his grip on Zaporizhia, Putin established what he believed was an impenetrable air defense shield around the area. However, Ukraine has just shattered that illusion with a significant drone offensive. According to United 24 Media, on June 15th, Ukrainian forces succeeded in destroying 3 of Russia's most prized air defense systems. Using intelligence gathered by surveillance drones, Ukraine's main intelligence directorate, HUR, launched multiple attacks that rendered those systems inoperable. The HUR announced the success via telegram, crediting their Department of Active Operations drone operators with locating and destroying high-value Russian air defense assets in the temporarily occupied territory. The damage dealt to these systems has reportedly infuriated Putin, as he had been relying on them to secure Russian troops and use Zaporizhia as a launchpad for further operations in southern Ukraine. But now, those defenses lie in ruins, and Ukraine has exploited the breach, possibly paving the way for future counteroffensives. Ukraine's Ministry of Defense not only confirmed the strike, but also released black and white footage showing the engagement from a first-person drone's perspective. The video shows a Ukrainian FPV drone approaching a Russian Pantsir-S1 system. As the drone nears, the Pantsir launches a missile which misses entirely. The crew then resorts to firing the vehicle's 30mm cannon, though the initial drone is eventually brought down. Unbeknownst to the Russian crew, this was part of Ukraine's tactical deception. As the Pantsir begins to reposition, likely in an attempt to evade detection, a second drone homes in and strikes the combat module directly. With the module destroyed, the Pantsir is rendered non-functional. It can no longer fire, leaving it vulnerable to future strikes. Ukraine didn't stop there. At the 19-second mark of the released footage, a different drone is seen targeting another Russian air defense system, a Buk-M3. This advanced surface-to-air missile system, one of the most modern in Russia's arsenal, also fails to defend itself. The drone hits its radar section, effectively blinding the system. Unlike the Pantsir, which can track but no longer shoot, the Buk-M3 can still launch missiles, but without radar, it can't locate targets, making it equally ineffective. United 24 reported that Ukraine even attempted a strike on an S-300V system, specifically its 9S-19 Imbir radar. Though the drone reached the vicinity, it narrowly missed its target. Regardless, Ukraine demonstrated yet again that Russian air defenses are vulnerable to its drone warfare tactics. Analysts believe the drone systems used were similar to those deployed in previous Chur operations in Crimea, operations that successfully destroyed multiple Pantsir-S1s and even a Russian Mi-8 helicopter. The destroyed Pantsir-S1, also known by NATO as Greyhound, is a self-propelled anti-aircraft and missile system. According to Army recognition, it can carry 12 missiles and features a dual-barreled GSH-30 30mm cannon with a maximum range of 2.48 miles and altitude of 1.86 miles. These subsonic 5.76 missiles carry a 44-pound high-explosive fragmentation warhead capable of taking out drones and other aerial targets if they hit. Some upgraded versions like the S1M and SM models increase the range significantly. Despite its impressive specs, including infrared tracking, jamming resistance, and simultaneous engagement of 2 targets, the Pantsir-S1 failed in practice. This failure is especially troubling for other nations that have purchased the system, such as Iran, Iraq, Brazil, and Saudi Arabia. With a price tag of roughly $15 million, according to the Kyiv Independent, Russia is now down a costly and critical defense asset. Then there's the Buk-M3, which entered service in 2016. Designed for medium-range engagements, it's intended to counter threats like cruise missiles, aircraft, and drones. With a 43-mile missile range, 99.99% hit probability, and phased array radar, it represents a cornerstone of Russia's air defense network. Yet in Zaporizhia, this powerful system was destroyed before it could even fire. Army recognition details that each Buk-M3 battery includes 2 Teller 9A317M launchers and a Teller 9A36NM command vehicle, along with a reloader carrying 12 additional missiles, bringing the total to 18. The missiles can reach Mach 8.7 and are guided by advanced radar homing, but as the incident proves, all this means nothing if the radar can't detect low-flying drones. Losing a Pantsir-S1 is expensive. Losing a Buk-M3 costing between $45 million and $100 million is devastating. With both systems gone, Ukraine has wiped out between $60 million and $115 million in Russian hardware. And this is just part of a larger trend. Ukraine previously took out several Pantsir-S1s in Crimea, and according to the new Voice of Ukraine, destroyed 3 Buk-M3s in a single day on April 7th. United 24 also confirmed drone attacks that neutralized 2 1L125 Neo-BSV systems, 2 48Y-A6K1 podlet radars, and 3 3N96 Kasta-2E2 radars, all critical to Russian aerial surveillance and targeting. On June 8th, Ukraine's 14th Separate Regiment of Unmanned Aerial Systems also destroyed another Buk-M3. This is not coincidence. It's a deliberate, widespread campaign targeting Russian air defenses across occupied territories like Crimea and Zaporizhia. These strikes are part of a broader strategy to soften Russian defenses in preparation for future offensives. While these 2 drone strikes haven't completely dismantled Russia's air defense in Zaporizhia, they have eliminated systems crucial to holding one of Ukraine's most strategically important regions. Zaporizhia is home to Europe's largest nuclear power plant, which Russia seized in a dangerous assault. At the time of capture, the plant accounted for 10.7% of Ukraine's total power capacity and nearly half of its nuclear energy output. Ukraine tried retaking it in October 2022, sending in a special forces unit alongside 600 elite troops. However, dense Russian defenses, including mines, tanks, and artillery, thwarted the operation. Since then, Ukraine has not launched a known attempt to recapture the plant, but the strategic value remains high. In April, Energy Minister Herman Halushchenko emphasized the importance of regaining the Zaporizhia plant and called for US assistance. Regaining control could boost Ukraine's energy exports and foster stronger ties with Western allies. Thus, these drone strikes are part of Ukraine's long-term strategy to reclaim both territory and critical infrastructure. As each Russian air defense system falls, Ukraine edges closer to weakening Moscow's grip on Zaporizhia. At the same time, Russia's ability to replace lost systems is deteriorating. According to Ukraine's Ministry of Finance, Russia has lost over 100 air defense units, roughly 300-350 per year, and these aren't being replaced at the same rate. Instead, Russia is relocating defenses from other regions, including Crimea and even the Far East, to plug the growing gaps. In many cases, these are substituted with dummy systems, ineffective replicas that signal desperation and diminished global influence. Strikes like the one on June 15th serve not only Ukraine's military goals, but also broader geopolitical objectives. As Russia weakens, countries that once relied on Moscow may pivot toward the West, which supports Ukraine. Each destroyed Pantsir-S1 Buk-M3 or S-300 forces Putin to reshuffle what's left of his aerial defenses under mounting pressure. June 15th wasn't just about attacking, Ukraine was also defending. On April 17th, the war zone reported that Russia launched a new mechanized assault in Zaporizhia, involving 320 troops, dozens of armored vehicles, and tanks. As summer unfolds, Russia may attempt a renewed southern offensive. Ukraine is preparing accordingly, ensuring its drones can clear the skies to provide vital air support. The ultimate goal remains unchanged: liberate Zaporizhia. Russia now has 2 fewer air defense systems to prevent that, and as the war continues, Russia's battlefield losses are increasingly mirrored by geopolitical ones, with even Kazakhstan distancing itself. Ukraine's drone war isn't just turning the tide, it's reshaping the global balance of power.